questions. Y'all need to sit down and go on a whole lot of dates. What's your name? Is that your real name? Do you have your daddy's name? When can I meet your daddy? Is your dad and mama together? How do you act when you get mad? Do you throw things? Do you cuss around? Do you beat up on people? I need to know, do you have a job? Where do you work at? How much money do you make? How long you been working there? Do you have a bank account? How is your credit? Can I see your credit score? Do you have a house? Or you live in an apartment? Do you pay for your gas in your car? Do you live with your mama and them? I need to understand what you're doing, what you like to eat. Do you plan on being fine like that all your life? Or you plan on getting big? How many children do you want to have? Will you get upset if we don't have no kids? You plan on having an inheritance? Do you have insurance? Can you pay for your funeral if you were to die today? You need to know who you're marrying. And don't you dare get married to somebody talking about, I've never seen him angry since I met him. It is not time to marry that person. You need to see how he looked. And you need to ask that woman, how you look without your makeup? Don't put none on tomorrow. I need to see. The hat you got on your head, is that yours or did you purchase it? And if you purchased it, is it paid for or are you in debt? I need to know.
How y'all doing and welcome. I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. Subscribe. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player around here, you can get some for you and them little ugly ass babies by clicking the Get link on the website. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, please go around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link's down there in the description. I need you liking, sharing, telling somebody about a player. We try to get the thumbs up over 500 in every show so we can do something to the algorithm. Listen, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got $, top and bottom. Willie Williams Show, that is the cash app. And if you just so happen to hit that super chat, please don't go over $5 because the player don't know if he getting it or not. They say I get 30, they say that they get 70. God damn it, I think they getting a whole 100. Remember, the midday news show, if you can't watch it with your eyes and you can't use your peripherals and see a player, big word, I hear any goddamn screen. We do got a thing called a podcast on Anchor and Spotify, the Willie Williams Show. Please follow me on IG and Twitter at the WW Show. Appreciate y'all. The 229 Albany, Georgia is in the building. Say I hit the like on the way in. Say Detroit, the 313 is in the house. Say hey, Willie, the 801 Salt Lake City, Utah, back in the mother 30 minutes of 5. Watch 2336 and your 9. The 210 is checking in, saying enjoying my first retirement at 39 years old. Say ready for that 5. Congratulations to you. Say the Bronx, New York is in the business. Say we'll pop past the Lake 30 minutes of 5. Chi-Town is in the building. Say hey, sugar. Littleton, North Carolina in this bitch. Say I hit the like at number 1 while waiting to skip to the ad or waiting to skip the ad. I appreciate that right there. Appreciate you being here. Tell us about the player. Y'all let people know that we live right now so we can get things popping. So the 313 is in the building. So the 47 is in the house. California is in the building. New York is in the house. Say sending love from Oakland, California. What it do? Memphis is in the building. Say the 44 Atlanta, Georgia's up in here. Oak Cliff, Texas is checking in for service and the late night and the night news. Man, I appreciate y'all one more again. Hold on. Somebody hitting something. Somebody is hitting something. And shout out to Sean for the $5 cash out. Say we making money on the living today. Yes, we is. We trying to round here. Say Memphis, ride for Willie. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate all the support that y'all be giving around here. Please. Remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. If you like to support a player around there, go on and click the Get link. Pick up something for you and the little ugly ass babies out here in these streets. You say Willie and Nasty Nuda is in the building. What it do? The 214 is in the house. At the 612 from Minnesota's up in here. GA, stay on. Oh man, I'm trying to tell y'all. We finna go on and talk about this thing because they say that this thing is serious. Megan the Stallion or the Stallion or the Stallion, whichever one that you want to use. Today is the opening day, the trial with her and Tory Lanez. This is the opening day for this situation because what it was back in 2020. Tory Lanez was accused of shooting Meg Thee Stallion while they was in a vehicle. I think out in L.A. I think it was in like the Hollywood Hills or something like that. Or they was at a party and coming back and all that flies over there. So this is the trial. This is the open day. Now, they do say that this is not an open court. This is not an open court. The 334 The Gump Monkey Town is in the building. This is not an open court thing, like it's not open to the public, but our reporters and our workers is up in there, and we're gonna hear from these people about the situation. We got a few newscasts, and then I got a few Instagram Instagram videos about people speaking on the situation. Now, we don't know whether it's true or false. I am not one of those around here. You say, Willie, can you make a t-shirt that says as you should? That's a good one. That's a good one right there. I don't know why I didn't think about that right there. Say, as you should. Now, a lot of people believe that he did shoot her. A lot of people don't believe that he shot her. Well, it's some things that done came out in day one that is real interesting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sean for the $5 cash out. You say, academics about to go live with the friend exclusive. Oh man, you talking about Kelsey, what is her name? Kelsey Furious or Kelsey Nicole Trey, no. Kelsey Nicole, I guess Nicole is her last name, and in other posts her last name is Furious out here in the street. Now, I don't know everything, but damn it, we just gonna go off what's being said because it's open day. It's first day. Here's some of the things that's been going on out here in the street so we can all catch up and really see what's happening, and then maybe as this thing go on, we will continue to talk about the situation, because it seems to me that it's really gonna be interesting. It's really gonna be interesting. We could talk, we could say what we think it is, but proof is everything. Proof is everything. You ain't got no damn proof, you can talk all day long. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Let's see what's happening.
Opening statements have begun in the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez shooting trial 2 years after Megan Thee Stallion says the rapper shot her in the foot following an argument inside an SUV in Hollywood Hills. Prosecutors presenting their case against Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, say he personally inflicted great bodily injury upon Megan Thee Stallion, whose legal name is Megan Pete. But Lanez did not.
I did not know that Megan Thee Stallion's last name was Pete. That's what's up.
Denies these claims. Here's video of Tory Lanez entering the courthouse earlier. Cameras are not allowed inside the court, but as our team receives updates, we're going to provide them to you. Sources tell ABC News that Megan is expected to testify tomorrow. ABC News contributor and host of Law and...
So she did no testifying today. She's going to testify tomorrow, so she wasn't even at court. Didn't need to be because she testified tomorrow. Go ahead.
Crime Network Brian Buckmeyer is following the case. He joins me now, along with ABC News contributor Mike Muse. So, Brian, first, last week Tory Lanez charged with an additional felony count here, discharging a firearm with gross negligence. He's pleaded not guilty to all these felony charges in the case. What do you expect to take place in court today?
Today, we're expecting opening statements for both sides to lay out the groundwork for what they're expecting the jury will hear throughout the trial. For the prosecution, the story is pretty straightforward. They're going to say that Tory Lanez either shot or shot at Megan Thee Stallion and either directly hit her feet or, as opposed to this new charge they added at, recklessly discharged a firearm in the proximity of her feet, causing...
Y'all do know that they just hit him with that charge, like, what? A few days ago, a month ago, or something like that.
Some sort of injury. And for Tory Lanez, what we're starting to hear, and maybe heard from the preliminary hearing, that someone else shot at her, that Kelsey Harris, her assistant, who was in the car. And whether or not either side is going to be able to push the needle toward their side is just a preview of these opening statements.
Y'all do know now they're saying, they're talking about it could have been her bestie, Kelsey. Well, they're not besties no more for whatever reason. Hell, they was going at each other online, insulting each other on social media. So go ahead.
Yeah, so that's where the trial is going to focus. And Mike, Tory Lanez is outspoken about this incident, as he has been throughout, and on social media he claims his last tweet, he writes, quote, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. You sit and watch now," citing a biblical verse.
Stop. I understand what's being said, but I've often, damn it, you just got to ask yourself, because a lot of people make that statement like, no weapon against me shall prosper. And a lot of people who say that and feel that way, weapons that has been against them has prospered. I don't know. Is it like supposed to cover you or something like that? Because some people who feel this way and say these type of things, some things transpire. Things happen to the people who feel this way. So I don't know. No weapon against me shall prosper. Can a weapon prosper? Should we just start right there? Can a weapon prosper?
As well, definition. So, what's the backstory here? Why is this significant in this area of our culture?
Well, not only is this happening right now in the court of law, but this case is actually happening in court of public opinion and also, too, on the court of Twitter. There's been a lot of conversations on both sides, those individuals who are supporting Tory Lanez and fans of his, as well as those who are supporting Megan Thee Stallion. And so a lot of social commentary has weighed in on the validity of both sides. These two are also major pop stars. Both of them have put out, in Tory's case, a full album dedicated to this entire situation where he says that he is innocent, he's being framed. Megan Thee Stallion then responded in a single to which she denounced his claims and talked about herself being the victim. This then goes into the social discourse of dialogue about believing women.
Yeah, this goes into the social discourse of believe all women, and now there's pushing it to believe all black women. How many of y'all rock with that right there? Believe all women. Say, can a weapon prosper? Yes. Ask Japan how that went. Oh, that's what's up. Prosper. Succeed in material terms, but financially successful. Flourish physically. Grow strong and healthy. Flourish physically. So, no. I don't. Succeed in material thing. I have no idea.
We've seen letters that have come out from individuals of nonprofit organizations, elected officials in support of Megan Thee Stallion, including individuals from Planned Parenthood, about believing black women and the importance of believing black women. And when black women say they are in harm, to believe them as so. And
okay. So when black women, first is all women now, it's black women. Believe them. If they tell you something, it's the truth. That's basically what they want society to do. Whatever the females say, they want us to just believe it. Well, I'm just here to say, okay, you said that you got shot. Cool, cute, prove it. I will hear what your problem is. I take you on face value. Okay, he done jumped on you for the 13th time. Prove it. And if so, now what you gonna do?
So you see two things, one within the pop culture setting, and then one around when it comes to dynamics with women in the public sphere and them being believed.
That was so helpful, Mike. Thank you for me. I'm not following. My wife is a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan, and Tory Lanez, both of them big stars. But this shooting, this controversy, it doesn't seem to have hindered Tory Lanez's career at all. Certainly Megan Thee Stallion is just a giant star.
And the reason it has not hindered his, even though he's being accused, because a whole bunch of people don't believe it. A whole bunch of people in social media, they don't believe it. He said, this is why I pay after I'm finished and throw them out. That's what's up.
The musician has shared his artist's Spotify Wrapped, revealing he was only 9 million streams, shy of 1 billion. So, and Megan's been attacked, as you point out, on social media, people casting doubt on the nature of injury.
And they have the right to cast doubt when somebody make a claim. There's nothing wrong with that. We do not all think the same. We do not all feel the same. Shout out to T. Lee for the $5 super chat. Say a strong, independent woman should be able to take a bullet. That's what's up.
So what does this tell us about the industry right now, that and how the community is responding to this story?
Say these people were clowns before they became famous. Say I wouldn't know their music if I heard it. You say all we have seen is negative press from them. I'm in agreement. I I like that.
Well, Terry, you were just talking about coming off of Twitter right now, right? And due to social media and big tech and platforms, what they've done is they've allowed for individuals to find their tribe. It's allowed individuals to find their fan base and for those to support, and then they can strategically target those fan bases. There are supporters of Tory Lanez's music and who also too believe that what Megan Thee Stallion isn't true. So they are supporting him, including some of his fellow colleagues and peers and rappers such as Drake, who did a single that alluded to the validity of what Megan Thee Stallion's claims were made of.
Yeah, remember that came out, a few weeks ago? And Drake dropped a track alluding to, but he said that he wasn't talking about her and her situation, but that's how the public took it.
And then you also see on the flip side of the table with Megan Thee Stallion, who's extremely popular, who's done songs with Cardi B, who's done songs with Beyonce, is extremely popular, and her fans are also too interested in streaming. So I think of the fact of people are able to find their silos, their tribes, and able to market and speak directly to those to make them aware of their products to really get the streaming and the music out there.
Say never. Say females don't even take females serious. They be like, child, I can't with you. I agree with that right now.
Got it. So, Brian, obviously what happens in court, it's not about tribes. It is about the evidence and the standard of evidence and the way the trial is conducted. So Kelsey Harris, I guess, who's a former friend of Megan Thee Stallion's, and was inside that car when the shooting happened, she's expected to testify on Wednesday. Tell me about her testimony, how important it might be, and what you think of how this trial is going to progress.
Shout out to Karen for the $5 super chat. Shout out to Roland for the $15 cash app. I appreciate y'all, man. I really, really do. Here we go.
Well, for the prosecution, I don't think she's that big of a witness because she's simply an eyewitness to what Megan Thee Stallion's going to testify to, that being that Tory Lanez is absolutely the person who shot at her, and that's going to be the prosecution's theory in the case. But for the defense, she could be everything, because for the defense, they're saying that both her and Tory Lanez had their hands tested for GSR, or gunshot residue, and that could be the reasonable doubt as to whether or not Tory Lanez shot the gun or Kelsey Harris. Now, she's not going to get up on the stand and say, yes, I'm the one who shot at Megan Thee Stallion. I kept my mouth shut for 2+ years. But the defense is going to have to work out some kind of questioning, some kind of argument, trip her up in some kind of way to question her credibility and create that reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez can then expand upon either through his lawyers or, if he takes the stand, to try to raise reasonable doubt and find some kind of not guilty verdict in this case.
Say, Willie, what does Planned Parenthood have to do with her getting shot? Listen, even Planned Parenthood supports her. Ain't they killing babies? Well, assisting killing babies, like, do she really want Planned Parenthood support?
Exactly. That's a classic tactic. You're going to point the finger elsewhere to get that reasonable doubt. So finally, Brian, what is Tory Lanez facing in terms of sentencing if he is found guilty of these very serious crimes?
Well, it's two things. One, he's got the criminal conviction and the sentencing there. He's facing 22 years and I think 8 months on top of that. But the last time I checked, he and I were born in Canada about 30 minutes away from each other. He could get deported. I don't think he's got a green card or a citizenship. So it's not just about the jail time. It's about what happens after the jail time. Will he be able to come back to the States and make the money that he's been making for the last couple of years?
Wow, a lot at stake, legally and culturally. And so, Brian Buckmeyer, Mike News, thanks for helping us with it. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking.
Thank you, George. Damn it, I just saw something earlier where they say they tested for the gunshot residue. I saw this post early, and they said that it was found that they both had gunshot residue. Where did I just see that at earlier? Jesus, let's see, GSR gunshot residue. Let's see. Nope, not popping up over here. Can somebody find that there for me? Because I thought I saw that there earlier, that they were both tested. Kelsey and Tory, and they both got gunshot residue on them. So did they both shoot a bit, or did they allegedly both shoot at her? Was they tussling over the gun, or did the gunshot residue fly from one to the other? I have no idea. I can't wait. I can't wait till they get to the bottom of this story. There's a lot going on. Hold up. We got a player. I guess he's outside of the courthouse, and I just saw this right here on IG, as y'all see. Saw it on IG. Let's hear what a player got to say. And then I got another one that goes like deeper than him.
Prosecution's contention that the fights started in the car between Megan and Tory because Megan allegedly said that Tory music was no good.
Ain't that the same thing that Rihanna said to Chris Brown?
The prosecution also stated that individual by the name of Jawan Smith drove Tory and Megan to the party. The DA stated in the opening that Tory and Megan had an intimate relationship. This is in contrast to what Megan told Gayle King, and I thought that was very interesting. That the prosecution would say that those two had a relationship, and she tells Gayle King that there was no relationship.
Did you hear that? Remember, she went on Gayle King and she said that they didn't have no sexual relationship either. That's what was said.
It's the prosecution's contention that the fights started in the car between Megan and Tory because Megan allegedly said that Tory music was no good.
That hey, is that a good reason to get shot and or shot at for talking about somebody work? My work ain't good enough. Bitch, we in the same car. What did you talk about? My work ain't good enough. Do y'all understand that if his work wasn't good enough, that they wouldn't have been in the same party, with the same vehicle at all? Because he wouldn't even be up to par to be in her circle, in my mind. I don't know.
The prosecution also stated that individual by the name of Jawan Smith drove Tory and Megan to the party. The DA stated in the opening that Tory and Megan had an intimate relationship. This is
intimate.
In contrast to what Megan told Gayle King, and I thought that was very interesting. That the prosecution would say that those two had a relationship, and she tells Gayle King that there was no relationship.
So we done already started off. According to what he's saying, we've already started off with some type of lies that has been told to the public. Remember, they be trying these cases in the public. These cases get tried by public opinion and all that fly stuff right there before it even go to trial. Remember, believe all women. Especially black ones. Especially black ones, you all need to believe all of them all the time. They tell you something. So she lied about them hunching and or being in a relationship. But go ahead. Well, according to what he's saying. Here we go.
Opening statement, you would say guilty. If you then watch the defense's opening statement, you would say, what the hell is the prosecution thinking, charging him? Basically, the prosecution started with this story. They said that, hey, they're all at the party, and Tory is leaving the party with Meg. They're in the car. An argument breaks out, during which Meg says and insults his skills as a rap artist. This leads to a situation where she gets out of the car, and he shoots at her feet and yells, "Damn."
I think he said dance be dance or something like that.
Ends up at a hospital, and a doctor takes out 3 fragments of bullet wounds from her foot. Now,
so they did take fragments out. So a gun was shot. Okay, got it.
if you just hear, and the prosecution says that Kelsey, the other woman in the car, is going to testify that Tory shot. Meg. And Kelsey has a text message where she texts somebody that, hey, Tory shot Meg. And then the rest of the prosecution's case is based on all these calls and texts where Tory's like, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, I'm so drunk. He never says that I shot him. He's just like, oh, I'm just so sorry, I'm so drunk. So question what he's apologizing for. So
that's a good question. By being in the court, what were you sorry about? What's the problem? What did you do?
That's the prosecution's case. Seems pretty easy. Then the defense comes up, and man, it gets spicy. First, the defense goes, they're not telling you about half of what's going on. The most important thing they're not telling you about an eyewitness who saw two women fighting, Kelsey and Meg. And
whoa, so the brawls was fighting. This is what he's saying that transpired inside the courtroom. Y'all, we gotta get the lights up. Let's get the lights up. Then we got a Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat. Appreciate y'all.
So let's talk about why them two are fighting. Let's talk about how she was in the front seat. The gun was caught in the front seat. Let's talk about how she might have gunpowder. She does have gunpowder. Let's talk about how this has nothing to do with the fight between Tory and Meg and everything to do.
I didn't know that that she was in the front seat. I didn't know that the gun was in the front seat. According to what he's talking about, I didn't even know.
With the fight between Meg and Kelsey, and then the defense starts dropping the bombs. He basically says this, that they're in the car, yeah, they left, but do you know why they left? They left because Kylie and Tory were in the pool together. And Kelsey and
Kylie who? Jenna?
Meg both felt some type of way about that, to the point that Meg felt really some type of way about that, and she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, it's time for you to leave. They all leave. The defense's point is what happens in the car is this. Tory questions Kelsey, hey Kelsey, why are you backing up Meg for me trying to, get it on with Kylie Jenner? Meg has been snaking men from you your whole life.
Ooh, that's deep. That's deep.
Hooked up with you, Kelsey, and then Meg went behind your back and hooked up with me. And
so he done smashed both of them. As he should.
Kelsey, this is not the first time. You had been hooking up with Ben Simmons. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with Ben Simmons. You had been hooking up with the baby. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with the baby. And so...
Oh, okay. Shot them babies out for passing that monkey around out here in these streets. I know. Because people get famous or they are famous or they get them some money. You look at the people different. You look at them as like not regular folk. The same thing that these regular hoes, that babies out here doing, is the same thing that famous and rich folk is out here doing. I'm trying to tell you something.
The defense starts dropping all these grenades. The crowd is captivated. The jury is like, oh, what's going on? And there's every reason to believe that there could have been a fight here, not between Tory and Meg, but between Meg and Kelsey. And the shooting could have not been Tory. It could have been done by any one of the other people in that car.
As long as you can place reasonable doubt in the court of law, boy, you got yourself something.
What does all of this mean? Well, I'll tell you a couple things. First, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's husband, is going to testify, so this will continue to be the prosecution's opening statement. You would say guilty.
Wow, that's deep. I got to play it again. That was deep. He told us a lot. And see, at a time like this right here, I kind of wish that it would have been public. You know what I'm saying? So we can actually hear it for ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
If you then watch the defense's opening statement, you would say, what the hell is the prosecution thinking charging him? Basically, the prosecution started with this story. They said that, hey, they're all at the party, and Tory is leaving the party with Meg. They're in the car. And
it's going to hit hard tomorrow. It's going to hit hard tomorrow if they already pointed out one lie as far as what the other dude said, as far as what she said on Gayle King, but the story is different inside the courtroom. So it seems to me that that defense going to be on point. Boy, it's a different story when you get asked questions and now you have to defend them questions on the spot. You got to be sharp. You got to be quick with it. Sometimes it's best to tell the truth, but sometimes it's best to lie. Now, if you gonna lie, you got to be strong with your lying. You just can't be like a little random liar. You got to be strong, solid in your lie. And only tell a lie that cannot be disproven otherwise. I think I said that right. Don't you ever do it if you know that there's any possibility that you can be found to be lying. Say Tory gun discharge. Bye-bye maple syrup.
An argument breaks out during which Meg says and insults his skills as a rap artist.
Are we under... Ooh, watch it. All this transpired, according to what he's saying now, all of this transpired behind some monkey. Didn't I have done told y'all that the majority of assaults, violence, stabbing, shootings, run over, car being bust all up in arguments is behind some monkey, according to what he's saying.
Leads to a situation where she gets out of the car and he shoots at her feet and yells, "Damn." She ends up at a hospital and a doctor takes out 3 fragments of bullet wounds from her foot. Now, if you just hear, and the prosecution says that Kelsey, the other woman in the car, is going to testify that Tory shot Meg, and Kelsey has a text message.
But think about this right here. She might change her mind, and since they're not besties no more. Let me explain something to you. She can keep, if it's a lie, she can keep the lie going, but because there's beef, if there's still beef, it's going to be hard to hold her face straight because she got a problem with her now. You know what I'm saying? And up on that stand is a different story than being on social media. I'm trying to tell y'all. All right.
Message where she texts somebody that, hey, Tory shot Meg. And then the rest of the prosecution's case is based on all these calls and texts where Tory's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so drunk." He never says that I shot him. He's just like, "Oh, I'm just so sorry. I'm so drunk." So,
monkey get boys took off earth like cancer and nicotine. I'm in agreement.
Question what he's apologizing for. So that's the prosecution's case. Seems pretty easy. Then the defense comes up, and man, it gets spicy. First, the defense.
Oh, stop! I'm glad you said that right now. You say she already signed up to testify for the state. You right. But for a deal. Now, watch this. If when she testify that is bought out that she took a deal, if it's bought out that she took a deal possibly to not incriminate herself and all that fly stuff right there, I don't think he did it. If she took a deal, I'm trying to tell y'all, to plead the fifth and all that, if she's just not coming to testify about what happened, this without a deal, all right, we can keep it going. If there's a deal on the table, I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't believe what she gonna say then.
Goes, they're not telling you about half of what's going on. The most important thing they're not telling you about an eyewitness who saw 2 women fighting, Kelsey and Meg. And
yeah. Well, where was the fight? Which eventually they're gonna have to bring out where the fight took place, because the prosecution is now going to have to argue what the defense is talking about.
So let's talk about why them 2 are fighting. Let's talk about how she was in the front seat. The gun was caught in the front seat. Let's talk about how she might have gunpowder. She does have gunpowder. Let's talk about how this has nothing to do with the fight between Tory and Meg. And
again, like I saw earlier, somewhere, somebody posted that they both took the GSR and they both had residue. He said, "Willie, that would not happen." Say she sent a text, bro. This is a written statement, bro. It is truth in court. There you go.
Thing to do with the fight between Meg and Kelsey, and then the defense starts dropping the bombs. He basically says this, that they're in the car. Yeah, they left, but do you know why they left? They left because Kylie and Tory were in the pool together.
Trying to hunch in the pool.
And Kelsey and Meg both felt some type of way about that, to the point that Meg felt.
So they both got jealous. Kelsey and Meg.
Really some type of way about that, and she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, "It's time for you to leave." They all leave. The defense's point is what happens in the car is this.
So if Kylie Jenner told Meg them that they need to go, I wouldn't be surprised if they get subpoenaed. Damn, I couldn't get the word out. I wouldn't be surprised if Kylie Jenner gets subpoenaed to testify to that right there, that you asked them to leave the party.
Tory questions Kelsey. Hey, Kelsey, why are you backing up Meg for me trying to, get it on with Kylie Jenner? Meg has been snaking men from you your whole life. I hooked up with you, Kelsey, and then Meg went behind your back and hooked up with me. And
shout out to her. Say, what if Kelsey, and Tory was shooting at each other and Meg was the innocent bystander? Listen, now, if there's more than one gun, you might got a point right there. You might got a point right there. Hold up. You say, I have been to court a lot, and this is a true text. He will be charged no matter what else was said or done. Say, none of that matters. Say, he is guilty of discharging a weapon. You say, charged with an assault. Oh, yeah. If they find him to have discharged a weapon, he in trouble. Done. There's no other way around that if he discharged the weapon, because it's gonna be like he discharged it on purpose, and that's a crime. And like they're saying, he could be deported.
Kelsey, this is not the first time. You had been hooking up with Ben Simmons. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with Ben Simmons. You have been hooking up with the baby. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with the baby. And
how do Tory know everybody that they done hunts? I Tory know everybody they done hunch, man. Got to be more careful.
The defense starts dropping all these grenades. The crowd is captivated. The jury is like, oh, what's going on? And there's every reason to believe that there could have been a fight here, not between Tory and Meg, but between Meg and Kelsey. And
say the jury has to say that he's guilty.
Shooting could have not been Tory. It could have been done by any one of the other people in that car. What does all of this mean? Well, I'll tell you a couple things. First, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's husband, is going to testify, so this will continue to be...
Oh, so Kris Jenner's husband will testify.
Prosecution's opening statement.
Oh, so they have subpoenaed some people. Say Tory knows how many seasons did it to... Well, wait. Tory knows how many seasons did it to because everybody's short. I think I'm reading it wrong. Tory knows how many seasons did it to... I was just trying something. We got one more. Video. Hold on. I was misreading that or something. I think I was misreading it. What is the other one? Bam, bam, bam. That was opening. Let's go to this one right here, so we can move on to some other stories out here in these streets. This is just like an update thing. It's a show, but it's just like an update thing of what's transpiring, because everybody don't watch TV and everybody don't read newspaper and stuff. Here we go.
Is to stand trial for allegedly shooting fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion. The shooting happened this summer of 2020 after rapper Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez attended a party at Kylie Jenner's home. Lanez has denied the shooting and pleaded not guilty to 3 separate felony charges stemming from the shooting. Law and Crime senior reporter Megan Cuniff was there in that California courtroom. And Megan, what can you tell us so far?
Yeah, it's a highly anticipated trial that's getting underway here about 45 minutes from now. The attorneys are going to be giving opening statements, and it's about 5 to 7 days long, and it really just looks at, did Tory shoot Megan Thee Stallion?
You say, why the Kardashians is always involved in black hood stuff? Hey, it's strange though, ain't it?
Is denied being the shooter. I talked to his lawyer over the weekend, and he said he didn't want to, give away his case too much, but he said they will be arguing that Tory was not the one who shot Megan here, and the person who's in the car who it all seems to be pointing to through Tory's comments is Megan's former best friend, Kelsey Harris. And it sounds like Tory is saying that there was some romantic interest between him and the 2 women that caused a conflict between the 2 women. So it's
about that monkey, dog. I'm telling you.
Sounds like that's really going to be center to Tory's defense here.
Megan, this is another high-profile Hollywood trial here. Are both parties in court? And can you tell us what the atmosphere is like inside that courtroom?
You know, it's been pretty limited for jury selection. Megan has not been at the courthouse because obviously just being a witness in the case, she's not allowed in to see the proceedings until she actually testifies, which is supposed to happen tomorrow. But Tory has been here with a couple of bodyguards. He has a couple of lawyers with him, and there hasn't been too many big security issues. There was, I guess, a little dust up where there were some fans out in the hallway trying to take photos of him, and that's against courthouse rules. So some courthouse security dealt with that. But there hasn't been too much of a mob. Everyone is anticipating that's going to change when Megan shows up at the courthouse tomorrow.
You say he going to jail for instigating? Maybe.
Well, this was obviously a very traumatic experience for Megan Thee Stallion. What is Tory Lanez's defense here?
He's saying he is not the one who shot her, and prosecutors did add a third charge last week that indicates jurors are going to be having an option between did he intentionally shoot her or was there an accidental shooting, because the assault charge, obviously the most serious charge, is for intentionally discharging the gun and shooting her in the foot. But they just added a negligent discharge of a gun that, while it's not technically an alternate charge to the assault charge, it is when you just think about the way the jury is going to be considering the case. They're going to have to decide whether there was an intentional shooting or an accidental shooting, and that's what those two charges are. It seems unlikely he could get convicted on both. It's got to be one or the other.
There are also reports, Megan, that Kylie Jenner may be called as a defense witness. What can you tell us about that? What are you hearing?
Yes, Tory's lawyer did tell me that Kylie could be a really important witness in the case. He said it's really critical for the defense to establish the truth of what happened at Kylie's house, and because that's where everyone was coming from when Megan exited the car and the shooting happened. And he's saying that what happened at what happened with the shooting and in the car is basically an extension of what happened at Kylie's house. So I think
you say Tory didn't do it, say it was a gun.
Whether he's going to be able to call her as a witness is really going to depend on his cross-examination, particularly of Megan, and how much questions and how many issues he's able to raise from that. And then he was pretty point blank with me that he said it depends on how his discussions go with Kylie's lawyers. And he didn't expand too much, but I think it's the issue of, do you want a really combative witness up there who doesn't want to cooperate and isn't going to support your case at all? I think that might be a little bit. There's been no indication one way or the other of how Kylie would testify, but I think that's something that Tory's lawyers is looking at for sure.
So let's trade Britney for Tory.
Megan, Tory Lanez is a Canadian rapper. Does he face deportation here?
Yes, given the felony, if he's convicted of felonies, there could be a deportation proceeding for sure. So the consequences here are quite high. He's looking at, a 22-year prison sentence and possible deportation. So it's
22-year prison sentence? God.
It's a really serious case for him for sure.
It's a possibility.
All right, well, I have one more question for you before we go. What other outcomes can Lanez face if he is convicted?
He could manage to stay out pending appeal. Those motions are granted sometimes. Given it's a violent crime, if he is convicted by a jury, I think that would be a hard motion to convince the judge of. But he's been able to stay out on bail and through home confinement for pretrial services. So he might have some kind of argument there, but I think it would be difficult.
All right,
They say he's not going to jail. Say, where Drake at? Drake might have to come and testify. I ain't no telling. But listen, hey, this is what these folks is going through, and we will stay abreast. We will stay abreast to all of the changes and all of the information that will be coming now. I guess they're saying like between 5 and 7 days that this trial should last. So we're gonna try to stay up to par of what with all the information that's gonna be coming out, so we can listen and then we can talk about it around here in these streets. Move right along. Move right along. Hell, I got a few before I let you go. That's just what we're going on. That's just the biggest thing that we're going on today. Relations, domestic love. We back at it. Hell, we just left one. Domestic love with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez out here in these streets. Listen, y'all, I saw this story, and shout out everybody out of Manhattan. Shout out people who is out of Manhattan. That is New York, if I'm not mistaken. They say, because it's what they say. They say a boyfriend sought for a deadly Harlem stabbing. A boyfriend. Harlem stabbing. Say they're sending all them people back to Mexico, bro. Damn.
Neighbors say that's him, 18-year-old Zaire Crumbly, seen on surveillance video walking out of the same apartment building where his 16-year-old girlfriend, Sanaya Lawrence, was found stabbed in the neck.
So they're saying that the boyfriend stabbed the 16-year-old girlfriend, the 18-year-old boyfriend stabbed the 16-year-old girlfriend in the neck. This is what they're saying.
Inside a first-floor apartment. You can see him looking over his shoulder at one point. Minutes later, you see police arriving to this apartment building near West 135th Street and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard in Harlem. It was just before 6 Sunday evening. This neighbor, who does not want to appear on camera, tells us the apartment was a troubled spot. She would often hear arguing, but never expected this.
Real domestic love out here in these streets. Yeah. 16.
I always had concern about what was going on in that apartment.
Yeah. Must be mental health, huh?
Definitely made me fearful for who was in the apartment. So to hear that, someone lost their life, it definitely makes me sad.
Lawrence died at...
That's a good question. So how does a 16-year-old have an apartment? Or maybe they meant to say at her residence, but I don't think that she got an apartment. I don't know.
The hospital. Police say Crumbly is now on the run. Sources working the case tell Pix 11 News he's no stranger to police. They say Crumbly has a violent criminal history.
He got a violent criminal history, and the 16-year-old picked the 18-year-old with a violent criminal history. She chose him.
And that the couple also had a history of domestic violence. This woman arrived to the scene emotional.
That's what I'm talking about, being young, starting your domestic love relationships out here in the street. Damn it, you learn young and then you grow. You learn young and you grow.
She says she's a social worker and that she tried to help Crumbly, also tried to help Lawrence.
I tried to help him get his life together. I tried. I failed him. No, you didn't. I failed him.
Yeah, you did. Damn it, you failed him. You're a social worker. I think that's what they said, a social worker.
Tried to help Lawrence.
Hold on.
They say Crumbly has a violent criminal history and that the couple also had a history of domestic violence. This woman arrived to the scene emotional. She says she's a social worker and that she tried to help Crumbly, also tried to help Lawrence.
So that means if he had a social worker that he wasn't with his mother or his father, so he was probably social. He was probably in the system. Hell, yeah, you in the system because you got a social worker. You're probably in a group home.
I tried to help him get his life together. I tried. I failed him.
There ain't nothing you could have did. He had previous criminal history, baby. Ain't nothing you could have did.
Failed him. No, you didn't. I failed him.
To all of y'all young girls out there right now,
talk to them.
Domestic violence is real. It's killing. This young girl lost her life, 16 years old, because she just thought it was a game.
Ain't that what I've been saying? Y'all think domestic love relationships is a game out here in the goddamn street. This shit for real. It's all in who it's all in who we choose. It's all in who we choose, that y'all done got ran over, stabbed, shot, kicked out, killed twice, and all that fly shit, bought back and pushed down the stairs, shit, thrown off buildings. It's who we pick. Shout out to Ralph for the $5 super chat. Say, blessings, Willie. Say, we will ever rise as a people. Will we ever rise as a people? Nope.
And he won't hurt me again. And in the end, he took her life.
Losing.
In the end, damn it, the relationship over. Say, when is the balloon released?
Lawrence is not only hard for her family, but hard for the community as well, especially with Crumbly still out there.
He's still out there. He have an extensive criminal history. Isn't New York a Democratic state? Extensive criminal history. Why he out?
NYPD clergy liaison Chaplain Robert Rice is praying for the family and sends this message to Crumbly.
What you praying about? That they make it through? You praying that they get over it? Or like, I hope that they come through? You pray that they have strength? Do you know even if you don't pray, people, they're gonna go through what they're going to go through, whether you pray or not, they're going to make it through because time heals pain. Time heals problems. Like, it's just time. It's going to help. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer. But they going to get past it. You ain't got to pray. But keep doing you.
This young man, if you're out there, please turn yourself in.
Yeah.
Turn yourself in and get the help that you need.
And boy, he is going to the resort, pimp. I know. Y'all saying get help as if we gonna put him in a hospital. No. He got to meet. Meets go to the resort, regardless of their mental issues.
Police need your help on this. If you have any information on Crumbley's whereabouts, call Crime Stoppers. The number's right there. It's 800-577-TIPS. Neighbors
say turn yourself in, you coward. That's what's up. Listen. Let's hit the beginning again to see what they say about the apartment. He say keep running, bro. The people who would not tell, because we know the stabber. We know him. We cowards because we won't snitch.
Say that's him. 18-year-old Zaire Crumbley, seen on surveillance video walking out of the same apartment building where his 16-year-old girlfriend, Sanaya Lawrence, was found stabbed in the...
Oh, so he's saying walk out of the same apartment building that she was stabbed at. Shout out to Family Man for the 199 super chat. Say how many times you need your ass beat to leave. Listen. Females been having what some will call that issue for a very long time. And I like to say a lot of people actually like it. I think a lot of women truly like domestic love relationships. A lot of them feel as if you don't love me unless you show me physically. For some, it's actually a turn on. For some, it makes the monkey moist. Talking from experience. Keep it moving.
This video walking out of the same apartment building where his 16-year-old girlfriend, Sanaya Lawrence, was found stabbed in the neck.
She loved him too. Listen, I guarantee you go on her social media. She been having problems with her peers and stuff like that. Girl, he is mine. Girl, he don't mess with you. Girl, he love me. He only love me. I'm trying to tell you, I was young too. We just didn't have social media like that. And the same arguments was going on, but it was typically like face to face or just in the community, and word got round that folk were talking about you and your man. I can almost promise you these type of things that was going on her social media. I promise you. Because she love her some him. That boy got a background. That boy got swag.
Inside a first-floor apartment.
He at his cousin's house. He ran there.
You can see him looking over his shoulder at one point. Minutes later, you see police arriving to this apartment building near West 135th Street and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard in Harlem.
I know to the young folk, when folk be trying to tell you maybe you don't want to deal with this person, maybe you don't want to deal with that person, and your meat hard and your monkey wet. People don't be saying that stuff that like to hate on you. But one thing, like parents gonna have to learn, and older people, when you're talking to the young people, don't tell them who not to mess with. No. You like him? Oh, he got 17 felonies? Go ahead, baby. Start a family with him. But no. He done jumped on the last 4-5 chicks. No. Go ahead, baby. It was their fault. Yeah. Go ahead. He won't do it to you, baby. No. Let me just say you like him. He done been down for robbery twice and all that. He seemed like a pleasant human being. Go ahead on, baby. If you really like him, baby, just go for it. Stop telling them to not mess with, how y'all be calling the Pookies and the Ray Rays. No, baby. Go ahead on and get you a Pookie and a Ray Ray, baby. Because that's really what you want. So I'm talking to the older folk. I'm talking to the people with some sense, who done grew up and stuff and trials and tribulation, stuff like that, and be able to look back and be like, you know what? I should have listened to the older folk when they were trying to tell me I shouldn't have messed with Buddy or I shouldn't have messed with her. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to do like the reverse psychology thing. No, help them. Hell, you want me to go and pick them up so y'all can chill together? Yeah, go ahead, baby. Come on. No. Come on. No, he in the trap. Let's go to the trap. Come on, baby. Don't be scared, baby. Then I'm finna take you to the trap so you can chill with him. Yeah, go around now. That's the man for you. I promise you. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. Keep making your own damn decision. Hashtag no daddies. Hashtag no mentorship. Moving right along. I ain't need much gonna hold you. We done arrested somebody. And this gonna be the last one, y'all. We finna go on and get on up out of here. We done arrested somebody. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. We done arrested somebody, or should I say, we have arrested a lot of people. We got some beautiful babies out here who have been arrested. We got 4 of these beautiful babies in handcuffs.
Well, tonight, police are warning holiday shoppers across the metro to be on alert after a big shopping bust in Madison. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams joins us live in Madison with more. And Ross, what happened in this incident?
Shout out to Derek Lee for the $15 cash up. I appreciate that right there. Go ahead.
Well, one of the stores that was targeted was this Best Buy. And all Madison police say the shoplifters tried to get away with about $20,000 in merchandise, but they didn't get very far.
5 stacks apiece, 20 stacks. Go ahead.
Baton Rouge women busted in Madison facing.
Hey, sugars. Hey, babies. Look like I stood a sister right there with last name is mine. That's what's up. Go ahead.
Conspiracy and shoplifting charges after police arrested them for stealing $17,000 in merchandise from Ulta Beauty Store and Best Buy.
Y'all ain't even snatched a whole 20. Y'all at 17.
Officers say the alleged thieves had taken a lot of Xboxes.
They stole.
Now, them Xboxes can get you some change out here in these streets.
The items in the store and were stored them in their in the back of their trunk.
According to Madison Police Lieutenant Micah Taylor, a holiday shopping season is a popular time for shoplifters.
Just because stores are pushing out the items and you have more shoppers that are trying to get presents for their kids and to that nature, and then you have these criminals going and stealing those presents that people are trying to buy.
Taylor says shoppers can avoid becoming an easy target by putting merchandise in the trunk and remember to lock the doors before you head into the store.
No. Hold on. We're going to take that back. Don't tell nobody to lock their car doors. Don't tell nobody to lock their car doors after they done been in the store, getting in debt, swiping their credit cards and shit like they got it. Don't tell nobody to lock their car doors when they go to the next store and the next store and the next store. Nope. Leave car doors open. If we got to tell some Chroma to lock the door after you just spun stacks, everything in your car plus the motor needs to be taken out.
You just have to be cautious and be aware and don't be distracted. Keep your head up and pay attention at all times.
Don't
watch Toy 369.
carry much money. 1 or 2 credit cards.
Don't carry much money, 1 or 2 credit cards. I don't know why you need more than 1. But okay, well, for shoppers, like I just said, y'all go in debt with the holiday season, so you may need more than 1 card. You know what I'm saying? You probably got 500 on this one. You probably got 7 on now. You got 1,200 on this one, and you try and spend 5 stacks for people who don't care nothing about them damn presents. Your debt that you got to pay for the rest of the year, hell, it's gonna take you about 2-3 years to pay back $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me, but do you?
And don't talk to people you don't know.
Stop talking. Say robbing me after I spent my money equals shootout out here. Bam, bam, bam.
Now, police will be on patrol at shopping centers across the city throughout the holiday season to make sure that shoppers are safe and to be ready to quickly respond to any reports of shoplifting.
We don't care about that. We don't care about law enforcement being around now. if they don't care about getting felonies, if they don't care about possible time going to prison, you think they care that the police is out there roaming? Listen. You can have a police car roam around like a Best Buy parking lot, a Walmart parking lot. The parking lots are so goddamn big. By the time they drive down here, you rob from over here, you go that way. It's going to take them a while to get back around here because the police officer would not have to be signaled that somebody just got robbed. See, it's time. It's just time.
Tonight we're live in Madison. Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
Bus in
Madison. It was a fall.
Where them babies at? Oh, beautiful, handsome, baby. Hold on. That's what's up. Listen, watch this. They can all get some meat. Hell, they all getting meat. Or they was getting meat, but they're arrested now. Hell, they can get meat at the resort. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? 17 stacks. 17. But y'all wasn't able to get a return on the investment. So y'all basically got $0. Y'all got $0. Y'all ain't like drop a few Xboxes off in the community to like a cousin or something right there. You grab these right here. Damn, if I get caught, you go ahead on and flip this and put some on my books, something like that. Y'all ain't thinking through. Y'all thought it was sweet out there. I know. It's sweet for a lot of people. Shout out to Brittany for the $7 cash app. Say, I love your show. I appreciate that right there. Yes, I do. Listen, this type of thing goes on every year. We have the same conversations every year about the holiday time and people out here slipping. And let me explain something to you. If you get robbed and you were slipping, you deserve to be robbed. We go through this every single year. If you going shopping and you get robbed because you were slipping, you deserve to be robbed. Just in my mind. You say they stole them Xboxes for the players. That's what's up. Hey, listen. Ladies, if you want to keep a player at home this holiday season. If you want to keep a player at home this holiday season. Yeah. A lot of people, they still ain't got the PS5s, and a lot of people, they still don't have the Xbox. Don't mess around and buy both, bitch. Girl, he gonna blow all in you. Well, you know what I'm saying? He gonna stay home on the weekend. He gonna stay home on the weekend because he gonna be on the game so long to where the days gonna change. I'm trying to tell you something about video games. If you're not paying attention to the time, bitch, you'll mess around and miss a whole day of work. Like if you got to go to work and you done started playing, but you have no idea of what the time is because you don't have your phone or like a watch or something like that right there, the way you can't see the time. You'll mess around and sit on that thing 10, 15, 22 hours out here in these streets. Been lost your damn job and now your lights off, your Wi-Fi off, so now you can't play online. It just go downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? But babies, listen, y'all gonna have to come up with like a better plan. Like maybe y'all might have to find y'all some sturdy meat or something like that. So a working penis, like a working meat. You're gonna have to find like a working meat who kind of like got like his own place or something like that, like stuff like that right there. Maybe have a car and a half or something, you know, but you don't need to be back in the store by yourself like that right there. And then y'all came up with the idea, let's go ahead on and do this here together as like a group, like a community. And you know, y'all thought about it, but y'all ain't thinking through. I don't think that y'all even got enough to even bond each other out. Blood pressure check. Y'all check blood pressure out here in the street. Listen, give yourself a pat on the back because we done made it. We done made it to the end of the nightly news. I appreciate y'all for rocking with a player. I'm actually finna go check my blood pressure because I didn't check the blood pressure before I came on. But I typically check it in the mornings and then I check it at night. You know, night it seems like it'd be better because like I come like all the way down, like I ain't doing no work. I ain't doing nothing else. I ain't reading another article or nothing. And that That pressure just go right on down to chill mode. You know what I'm saying? But listen, please check your stuff. Players, it's prostate cancer awareness right here at the Willie Williams Show. It's just the finger. If your prostate don't work, your meat don't work. You mess around and lose your little la-la. I'm trying to tell you something that's facts. That's facts out here. Please get it done, because you can also perish. You can leave Earth. You can leave Earth. By you not keeping yourself together, being healthy, getting things checked out, you can lose the ability to hunch. Do y'all understand how serious that is, especially for a man? And if that's not bad enough, you can also lose the opportunity to continue to live. If both of them is not motivation, hell, if the first one is not motivation enough, then I don't know what else to tell you. You still worried that you're going to feel some kind of way? You still think that you're going to be feel gay or something like that? Then go and die. Leave yourself open to the opportunity of dying because you don't want to feel gay, if that's your reason for not getting it done. And that's a lot of players' reason for not getting it done, because they don't want to feel some kind of way. A lot of folks, I think a lot of players got a problem because they think that they might like it. Can we just be honest? A lot of players don't even want to cross that bridge because they might realize that, damn, not bad. You know what I'm saying? You say, Willie, say maybe it's not your health, but your life you're living that causes you high blood pressure. Say, just think about that, bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, boy, if I could tell y'all all the things I done cut out of my life in the past year and a half, I try not to have no stress. I try not to have no stress at all. Boy, I let you go. That shit ain't that serious. Moving it right along. Boy, I ain't arguing with people. None of that. Nope. We got to be aware of what takes our blood pressure up too. Because you can just be chilling and your blood pressure go up. You could be walking around here with high blood pressure and don't feel like no different. Now, sometimes you can feel that your pressure is up. But a lot of times we be around here and don't have no idea that our pressure is up. We think that everything's cool. And we don't know that our pressure is up. We don't check our pressure. Have you ever been on the job and they're doing the health thing or something like that, to where they bring out the nurses and stuff to test what it's called, the health test thing, or the health prep thing that a lot of companies do to try to keep their employees knowledgeable about what's going on with themselves. Like if you have high cholesterol or high blood pressure or some, a lot of companies, they put that money up to have medical people come out to the facility. Yeah, screenings and things of that nature. There's a lot of companies that actually pay for that type of stuff there. And all you got to do is sit around some of your co-workers, and a lot of them will have high blood pressure. If not even you may have high blood pressure and you don't even know it. A lot of us do not even know the job that we do raises our pressure. But you think that everything's okay because you've been doing the job. You know what I'm saying? You say, Willie, the doctor told me in order to keep my blood pressure down, say I have to stop eating so much pork. I didn't know that pork raises the blood pressure. Well, yeah. Yeah, because food has a lot to do with our blood pressure. Certain foods can raise your blood pressure. Beef can raise your blood pressure. Chicken, fish, salmon. It's just a lot of things can raise your blood pressure. So if we pay more attention to the things that we eat and then check the blood pressure, you can start to figure it out and start jotting things down. Oh, when I drink this or when I eat this, my pressure goes up or my pressure goes down. You say pork doesn't have anything to do with blood pressure. I would think it's more or less the salt in it. Yeah. Oh, damn it. You just put it up there. Yeah. It could be like the fat. The fat on some pork, it'd be salty. Say, hell yeah. Say, raise blood pressure, too much salt, player. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of y'all take in a lot of salt and you all do not drink a lot of water. They say the salt and the fat. Yeah, fat. Fat in your body can raise your blood pressure. Yeah, keep a food journal. Keep a food journal from the time you wake up. Just pay attention to everything you eat and just think, okay, how do I feel right now? Do that for like a week, all day, every day. Just question yourself. How do I feel after I eat this? How do I feel after I drink this? Jot this type of stuff down, because then you will realize you may want to change what you're eating. And that may be a plus for you to keep your health together. Everything that everybody is eating is not for everybody. Some people may tell you to eat these many amount of vegetables or these vegetables, and certain vegetables may raise your blood pressure. Certain fruits may raise your blood pressure. So we got to figure out what affects us personally. This is not all, oh, it's a huge thing and it's an African thing, it's a Western diet. No. It affects everyone different. Trying to tell you something. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking. Y'all finna go on and get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. I just gotta keep telling y'all that I appreciate y'all for showing up. Thank you. Y'all finna go on and get up out of here. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow we back at 12 o'clock. You say I'm insulin resistant. Watermelon raises mine. You see what I'm saying? When you know that you know that you know. Like, I can't drink caffeine coffee. I have to drink decaffeinated coffee, because caffeinated coffee actually gives me a headache and it raises the blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to figure these things out, y'all. Listen, y'all have a beautiful night. I appreciate that. I'm gonna see y'all mañana. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. We're gonna see who come up with the best story, and we're going to see who win this damn trial or this case out here in these streets. Man, I appreciate y'all for rocking. I done hit that damn button, man. Tomorrow I'm gone.
You need to ask some questions. Y'all need to sit down and go on a whole lot of dates. What's your name? Is that your real name? Do you have your daddy's name? When can I meet your daddy? Is your dad and mama together? How do you act when you get mad? Do you throw things? Do you cuss around? Do you beat up on people? I need to know, do you have a job? Where do you work at? How much money do you make? How long you been working there? Do you have a bank account? How is your credit? Can I see your credit score? Do you have a house? Are you living in an apartment? Do you pay for your gas in your car? Do you live with your mama and them? I need to understand what you know, what you like to eat. Do you plan on being fine like that all your life? Or you plan on getting big? How many children do you want to have? Will you get upset if we don't have no kids? You plan on having an inheritance? Do you have insurance? Can you